Hello everyone, welcome back to my videos on algebraic expression. Now we're going to be looking at word problems. So the first example we have here, it asks us to find the expression corresponding to the perimeter and the area of the following shape. So the shape we're dealing with here is a square. All sides are the same, and they give us that one side is x plus 4. Notice that they said to find the expression. So your answer now is not going to be a numerical value, such as 5 or 20 or something like that. It's going to be an algebraic expression. Okay, so let's start off by finding the perimeter. How do we find the perimeter? We can find the perimeter by adding up all sides. And since this is a square, all the sides are the same. They're all x plus 4. You don't have to write it, but you should be thinking of it this way. X plus 4. So the perimeter is equal to, you can write x plus 4 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 4, but a faster way of doing that is saying 4 times x plus 4. And we know how to solve this now. We use the FOIL method, not the FOIL method, we use the distribution method, rainbow method. So you get 4x, because 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 4 is 16. So the answer is 4x plus 16. Let's assume the units here are in meters. So let's put meters. Okay. So this is the answer for the perimeter. So P. Next we want to find the area. So you have to know your area formula for a square. The area of a square, depending how you learned it, one is side squared, another one is base times height, or length times width. There's different formulas. I think the best one to use is side squared. Okay. How much is a side? So the S here is a side. How much is our side? It's x plus 4, all that squared. And this we've seen already, so be careful. Do not distribute the exponent, that would be wrong. You have to expand. X plus 4 squared means x plus 4 times x plus 4. And now we see this is a FOIL problem. So let's FOIL. X times x, x plus 4, 4 times x, 4 times 4. So this gives us x times x is x squared, x times 4 is plus 4x, 4 times x is plus 4x, and 4 times 4 is 16. So the area is x squared. Combine our two middle terms, 4x plus 4x is 8x. And lastly we have 16. This is our answer, units squared, meters squared for area. And that's the first one. Let's take a look at the next example. Here we're asked to find the same problems. We're asked to find the perimeter and the area. But the shape that's given now instead of a square is a rectangle. We're given that the top is 2x plus 1 and the left side is 3x minus 4. Since it's a rectangle, we know that the opposite sides are the same. So if the top is 2x plus 1, that means the bottom is 2x plus 1. If it helps you out, write it out. If not, this is what you should have in the back of your mind. And then if the left side is 3x minus 4, then the right side has to be 3x minus 4. So let's go ahead and start off by finding the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to adding up all the sides. So again, you could write 2x plus 1 plus 3x minus 4 plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x minus 4. That's a bit long. A faster way of doing this is you're doing 2 times one of the sides, 2 times 2x plus 1 because there's 2 of them, plus, and then 2 times 3x minus 4. And now we can see that this is just a distribution problem. We distribute our values. So 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 times 3x is 6x, and 2 times negative 4 is minus 8. And then the last step is to combine length terms. 4x plus 6x gives us 10x, and 2 minus 8 is minus 6. So the answer, the perimeter of the rectangle, is 10x minus 6. Let's assume this is in meters. Let's put an m. I like to put them, whenever I have a binomial, I like to put them in brackets. Okay, so this is the perimeter. Next, let's go find the area. So you have to have your area formulas memorized. Area of a rectangle is base times height or length times width. Let's use length times width. So in this case here, the length, let's call it 2x plus 1, and the width, let's call it 3x minus 4. If you reverse the order of these of what you're multiplying, it actually doesn't matter. It's going to give you the same answer. Okay? So what we have to catch here is that this is another FOIL problem. So we do 2x times 3x, we get 6x squared. 2x times negative 4 minus 8x. 1 times 3x is plus 3x. And then 1 times negative 4 is minus 4. Combine the middle terms as always. So we're left with 6x squared. Minus 8 plus 3 is minus 5x. And then minus 4. And this is the area of the rectangle. Let's put units squared. And let's put it in brackets. This is our final answer. Great stuff. Let's look at the next problem. Okay, so once again we're asked to find the perimeter and the area of this shape. Now we're working with a triangle, a right angle triangle more specifically. So let's go ahead and find the perimeter. So in this case, to find the perimeter, we just add up all the sides. So we add 8x minus 5. Let's put it in brackets. We don't really need to, but I like to put it in brackets. Plus 6x minus plus 8 plus 4x plus 7. Okay, and now we just combine like terms. So 8x plus 6x plus 4x gives us 18x. And negative 5 plus 8 plus 7 gives us 3 plus 7 is 10. So again, let's assume it's in meters. So the perimeter is 18x plus 10 meters. So we finished with the perimeter. Now let's go find the area of the triangle. So you have to remember the formula for the area of a triangle. A of subscript triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay. So since this is 90 degrees, that means that the base 6x plus 8 is your b, and the height is 8x minus 5. Those are the two values that we use. So the base 6x plus 8, the height 8x minus 5, and it's all this divided by 2. So let's start off by multiplying the top. On top we have a binomial times a binomial, so we have to FOIL. So let's FOIL 6x times 8x, we get 48x squared. 6x times negative 5 minus 30x. 8 times 8 is plus 64x. And then 8 times negative 5 is minus 40. And it's all this divided by 2. So let's divide each term by 2. So 48 divided by 2, we get 24x squared. We could have combined the two terms on top as well. That would have worked out. But let's do it individually. Minus 15x. 64 divided by 2, 32x. And then 40 divided by 2, minus 20. And now we can combine the two terms here. So this gives us 24x squared plus 17x, because we combined the negative 15 with the positive 32x, and then minus 20 meters squared, because it's area. And this is the final answer. Okay. Great stuff. Let's look at the next example. So once again, we have to find the perimeter and the area of the following shape. So here we have a parallelogram. So let's go ahead and find the perimeter. So the perimeter of the parallelogram, again, similar to a rectangle, if the base is 5x plus 4, that means the top is also 5x plus 4. So if it helps, write it down. And same, if the slant height here is 2x minus 4, then the slant height over here is also 2x minus 4. So I encourage you guys to write that down if it helps you out. And now the perimeter, what we have to do is add up all the sides. So do not include the 3, because the 3 is not on the outside. That's inside the shape, so do not use that value. So we have 2 times 5x plus 4 plus 2 times 2x minus 4. And now we could distribute to solve for the perimeter. So P equals 2 times 5x is 10x, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4x, and 2 times negative 4 is minus 8. So the perimeter is equal to 10x plus 4x is 14x, and the plus 8 and the negative 8 cancel, so we're done. So the answer is 14x meters. That's the perimeter of the shape. Next, we have to find the area of a parallelogram. So the area of a parallelogram, the formula is base times height, similar to a base times height or length times width. You can use whichever one you want. Let's use length times width. Very similar to a what's it called? A rectangle. Because in some sense you could think of it as, if you take this little piece of triangle here, if you break it off and then move it over here, where the 2x minus 4 is, if you take this piece and move it here, now you get a perfect rectangle. So it's the same formula. You can think of it that way. So essentially the length and the width, or the base and the height, the whole base is 5x plus 4, and the height, don't use the slant height, you have to use the 3 here. So this times 3. Let me put the 3 in the front just because that's the way we like to write it. And now this, all we have left to do is distribute the 3. So 3 times 5x is 15x, and 3 times 4 is 12. So the area is 15x plus 12 meters squared. Let's put it in brackets, and that's our final answer. Great work, guys. Keep it up, and I'll see you in the next example. Okay, so in this example, once again, we're asked to find the perimeter and the area of the following shape. This shape's a bit weird. It's you could think of it as a rectangle with another rectangle that's missing, or you could break it up into 2 different shapes. There's different ways of approaching this problem, but either way, we still have 2 big issues. And the 2 big issues are the fact that we're missing 2 sides. We're missing the left side, and we're missing this piece over here. We know the top is 4x minus 5. We know this piece here is x plus 5. Here it's 5x plus 6, and the whole bottom is 10x minus 12. So if we're asked to find the perimeter, we have to add up all the sides. So in order to do that, you have to use a trick that's commonly used in secondary 3 math. Let's go ahead and look at the left side. So if you're looking for the left side, notice that it's a vertical length that you're looking for. That means you have to use the vertical distances. So do not use the 10x minus 12 because that's a horizontal distance, and the 4x minus 5 on top is a horizontal distance. Only use vertical distances. So what you have to catch is that in order to get this piece here, we know that this is 5x plus 6, and we know this is x plus 5. And notice that if you add these 2 lengths, that gives you the total length on the opposite side. Okay, so that's the trick that you have to catch. So 5x plus 6 plus x plus 5 gives us the left side. So if we add these 2, x plus 5 plus 5x plus 6, this gives us that our side here is 6x plus 11. Okay, that's the whole left side. And we have to use a similar trick to find this missing piece here. Just one little difference. Notice that this distance here was bigger than the other 2 distances, so we had to add the smaller portions to get the total. Now we're looking for a smaller distance. So we know the total is 10x minus 12, and we know the top here is 4x minus 5. We're working now with the horizontal distances because we're looking for our horizontal side. This piece here is horizontal. So in order to find this missing piece, you do the total, and we have to remove 4x minus 5 to get the missing piece. Another way of saying removing is to subtract. So in this case here, you have to do 10x minus 12 minus 4x minus 5. Okay. And because we're doing subtraction, I would urge you to do this work on the side, because if you try to do this in your head, you're most likely to make a mistake over here. And look why. 10x minus 12 minus, so this is why I like to put things in brackets, 4x minus 5. We have a subtraction, so don't fall for this trick. Remember, a subtraction, we think of this as a -1, and you distribute the -1. So 10x minus 12 stays minus 4x plus 5. Most students forget to switch the sign on the 5, and this is a very common mistake, and if you make a mistake that early on, it's going to alter your answers at the end. So be sure to not fall for these tricks. And now lastly, we combine like terms. 10x minus 4x, we get 6x, and minus 12 plus 5 now is minus 7. So the distance of the missing piece here is 6x minus 7. Okay. So this is just work that we have to do on the side. Now let's go find the perimeter. In order to find the perimeter, we add up all the sides. So we do 4x minus 5. I'm just going to put them underneath. X plus 5. It's important to stay organized here. So I start at the top. Now I'm kind of following each side. This way I don't forget anyone. So x plus 5 next is plus 6x minus 7. And then it's 5x plus 6. Then it's the bottom here, 10x minus 12. And then lastly it's 6x plus 11. And now I didn't miss any sides. And we could add them up. So if we add this up, we get negative 5 plus 5. So I'm going to add up all the numbers, and then I'm going to add up all the variables with x's. So negative 5 plus 5, they cancel. Minus 7 plus 6, negative 1. Minus 12, negative 13. Plus 11, we get minus 2. And 4x plus 1x is 5. Plus 6 is 11. Plus 5 is 16. Plus 10 is 26. Plus 6, we get 32x. So the perimeter of this shape here is 32x minus 2. Let's assume the units are all in meters. And this is our answer. Okay. Next we have to go find the area. So let's erase the perimeter and go find the area. So again, there's different ways of doing this. The way I'm going to do it right now is, let me split it up into two shapes. So you didn't have to split it up this way. You could have split it up going down as well. It doesn't matter how you do it. This is just one of the ways that I'm going to do it. And let's call the little rectangle area 1, and let's call the big rectangle area 2. So how do we find the area of the first one? Let's call it area 1. Well, this shape is a rectangle. It's length times width. In this case, what's the length and what's the width? So this distance here is 4x minus 5. That's what we have to use. And the width here is going to be x plus 5. And now we just FOIL. So 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 5 is plus 20x. Minus 5 times x is minus 5x. And minus 5 times 5 is minus 25. So the area of the first rectangle is 4x squared plus 15x minus 25 meters squared. This is the first one. We have to find the total area. So we're not done. Let's go find the area 2. So now you have to figure out for the area 2, what's the length and the width, since it's a rectangle. In this case, you have to catch that the length is 10x minus 12, and the width is just 5x plus 6. Do not use 6x plus 11 because that's too big. We're working just on this rectangle here on the bottom. So the height that you have to use, or the width that you have to use, is 5x plus 6. So we have 10x minus 12 times 5x plus 6. And now we FOIL again. 10x times 5x, 50x squared. 10x times 6 is plus 60x. Minus 12 times 5 is minus, let me just open the light. So this is 50x squared, 60x, minus 12 times 5 is minus 60x, and negative 12 times 6 is minus 72. The 60s cancel, so the area we get here is just 50x squared minus 72 meters squared. Okay. So if you stop here, that's incorrect. We have to find the total area. So the total area, A total, is equal to the first area, A1, plus area 2. So the last step is to add up our answers. So let's go ahead and do that. So area 1 was 4x squared plus 15x minus 25. And area 2 is 50x squared minus 72. Putting this together, so when I add them up, I don't put units, I only put my units at the end. So 4x squared plus 50x squared is 54x squared. All we have is 15x. And negative 25 minus 72, we get minus 97. meters squared. And this is the final answer. So great work. This is a tougher problem. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so in this example over here, we have to find again the perimeter and the area of this following shape. Okay, so let's start off with finding the perimeter. The first thing I noticed is that we have a square over here. So since the top is 2x plus 3, let's go ahead and write down that the left side is 2x plus 3. And on the bottom we have a rectangle. So if this is x plus 1, this piece over here is x plus 1. So the only issue that we have right now, the only side we're missing for this entire shape is the bottom. So how do we find the bottom? So what you have to catch are these little tick marks. The little tick marks mean that the sides are equivalent. So if this is 2x plus 3, the bottom over here is 2x plus 3. And this, because it's a square, is also 2x plus 3. And this over here, the triangle over here, is a special type of triangle called a right isosceles triangle. So two sides are the same. Notice the tick marks. So if this is 2x plus 3, this piece here is also 2x plus 3. So if this piece is 2x plus 3 and this piece here is also 2x plus 3, not drawn to scale, how much is the entire bottom? So all we have to do is add the two top values. So it's just 4x plus 6. And with that information, now we're ready to go find the perimeter. So the perimeter of the shape is, let's start off from the top and work our way around. So again, perimeter is adding up all the sides. Only add up the sides on the edges. Don't include the values in the middle. So we have 2x plus 3 on the top, followed by 3x minus 5. So we're adding all these values, plus x plus 1, plus 4x plus 6. You could write this all down in one line vertically. It doesn't have to be the way I'm writing it. That's fine as well. This is x plus 1. I just don't have the space to write it diagonally, so I'm writing it this way. And then lastly, we have to add up the two x plus 3. So if we add up all the values, we get 3 minus 5 is negative 2, plus 1 is negative 1, plus 6 is positive 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. And if we add up the x's, we have 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11, plus 2 is 13. So we get 13x plus 9 meters. And this is the perimeter of this shape here. Okay. Our next job is to find the area. Let's go ahead and find the area. This is going to require a bit more work. But the best thing to do is split this up into individual shapes. So we have the square, 1, we have the triangle, 2, and we have the rectangle, 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and find each shape individually. So let's start off with the square. Area 1 is a square. So the area of a square is side squared, which is 2x plus 3 squared. Because each side is 2x plus 3, and we saw this example already, where you have to split it up. 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. And now we could FOIL. So we get 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 9. Combine like terms, and we get 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 meters squared. Okay. Next, let's go find area 2. Area 2 is a triangle, so we have the formula base times height divided by 2. In this case, the bottom is 2x plus 3. The height is 2x plus 3. And we have to divide that by 2. Notice that the top is 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. We actually just did that already. Up here, 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3, and it gave us this answer. So we could, just to save on time, just recopy this. We get 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. We did it already, so I won't do it again. And we divide that by 2. Dividing each term by 2, we get 2x squared plus 6x. And then 9 divided by 2, you can leave it as 9 over 2 as a fraction, or we could write it as a decimal as 4.5. Both are correct. So this part's done, area 2. And now let's go find the area 3, which is the rectangle. Area 3 is a rectangle, which is base times height, or length times width. In this case here, the length is 4x plus 6. And the width is our x plus 1. And we FOIL again. So we get 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 1 is 4x. 6 times x is 6x. And 6 times 1 is 6. So this gives us 4x squared plus 10x plus 6 meters squared. And this is our answer. Next, all we have left to do is to add up all our answers. So let me erase to give myself a bit of room. I'll erase the shape. We are now done with this. And to find the area of the entire shape, we just add up A1, A2, and A3, each shape individually. So A total is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay. Area 1, so it's really important to stay organized here. Area 1 was 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. Area 2 was 2x squared. Again, I'm going to write it underneath. Plus 6x plus 4.5. And area 3, we got it down here, was 4x squared plus 10x plus 6. Adding everything together, so I'm just adding it, I guess, downwards. We have our x squared, so 4 plus 2 plus 4. I'm combining all my x squareds, and that gives us 10x squared. We add up our x's. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 10 is 28. 28x. And then 9 plus 4.5 plus 6 is 19.5 meters squared. And this is the final answer. This is your A total. So the area of the total shape is 10x squared plus 28x plus 19.5. Okay. If you guys got this answer, great job. Keep up the good work.